Welcome, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Mary Ann Hensley. I'm the Vice President of Media Operations here at FreightWaves, and we are happy to present today's webinar in partnership with Turvo. Today, you're going to be hearing a moderated Q&A discussion about how Lineage Logistics has been working to transform their supply chain and the customer experience through a key partnership with Turvo. I'll be speaking with Ketan Karkanis, Chief Product Officer for Turvo, as well as Sudarshan Chapai, who is Lineage Logistics Chief Information Officer. We'll also be having a live Q&A with both speakers following the discussion. And before we get started, I'd like to cover just a couple of quick items. First, if you have any issues during the webinar, you can reach out to our team via the audience chat function in your webinar console. And if you have questions that you would like to ask our speakers, please enter those through the Q&A box in your console, and we'll answer as many of those as possible during the live audience Q&A following the discussion. And at this point, I'd like to go ahead and dive in. So first, Ketan and Sudarshan, thanks so much for being here today. Why don't we start by you guys telling us just a little bit about yourselves. Ketan, if you'd like to go first.
Oh, it'll be wonderful. Thank you. First, a very big hello to everybody online. Just incredibly exciting day for us at Turvo to be out here with Sudarshan and the Lineage team. A quick background about myself. I'm the Chief Product Officer at Turvo. I run product engineering and customer success. Prior to Turvo, I spent 10 years at Salesforce.com, various different roles, products. And prior to that, I was in Cisco Systems. But excited to be here. Got really fascinated by the problems in the supply chain, and frankly, how tech has not served the supply chain industry very well. And that's why I left Salesforce and joined Turvo.
Awesome. And Sudarshan?
Thank you, Mary Ann. First of all, thanks to FreightWaves and Mary Ann for hosting this, and Ketan and your team for inviting us to have a conversation. I'm Sudarshan Chapai. I'm based out of Irvine, California. I'm the Chief Information Officer for Lineage Logistics. I've been with Lineage for 8 years. My primary role is to look after technology at Lineage, but also try to help our customers and our customer supply chains. Just as a brief background to Lineage, we're the largest temperature control logistics company, and our mission is to eliminate waste and help feed the world. And supply chains are crucial to that mission, not just for our customers, but ultimately our customers' customers. And our goal is to do that through technology.
Perfect. Thank you both so much. We're excited to have you here today. So to start the discussion, I'd like to hear a little bit about what Lineage has been up to. So coming out of 2020 and looking into 2021, tell us what's happening at Lineage and what prompted the partnership with Turvo.
Thank you, Mary Ann. Well, boy, 2022 whirlwind. As everybody knows, it was extremely traumatic year for most of us in the globe. But fortunately, from a business perspective, it has been an exciting year for Lineage. We've continued to grow. Lineage continued to significantly expand in 2020. We've completed to date 39 acquisitions and added over 130 locations globally, and we've welcomed over 4,000 team members into Lineage. As we continue to expand, there's growing need and opportunity for supply chain efficiencies. We've been continuing to work on those initiatives in 2020, and happy to report that Turvo has been a significant part of that. Moving on to 21, we'll continue to drive operational efficiency. That's really important for core of Lineage in terms of where we're going and what we're actually doing. And on top of that, the technical innovation network-wide through our partnership with Turvo and continue the rollout of Lineage Link is something that I'm very excited and looking forward to. As a matter of fact, in 2020, we've completed deployment of appointment scheduling, which is a portion of Lineage Link with Turvo's help to 60 locations, and we're looking to go further this year, and that would be our goal.
And I want to jump on a key point Sudarshan mentioned. It has been a whirlwind of a year. It's been a traumatic year. And it has also shined a light on the amount of the urgency to transform. And I feel no longer is digital transformation for a better customer experience a optionality, it's an imperative. And I think so Lineage is is leading the way with our technology, delivering that customer experience to hundreds, thousands of their customers going into 2021.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know everybody's kind of excited to hear about how that technology is really propelling the experience here, particularly with Lineage. So kind of moving on, what do you guys see as the vision for the Lineage and Turvo partnership moving forward?
Let me try to attempt to answer that, and then I'll kick it over to Ketan if that's okay. Look, from our perspective, at Lineage, we talk about pillars of innovation, and there are many. But the three primary pillars of innovation that we really focus on is customer experience, operations excellence, and automation. Those are very core and dear to our heart, and we pursue many initiatives under those banners, right? And if you take customer experience, what we're trying to do with the Lineage Turvo partnership is really digitally reimagine our customer experience to better serve our customers. We want to connect our customers through a digital workflow. That's very important to us. And why that is important to us, as you can kind of imagine, 2020 disrupted not supply chains, but also people's lives, right? And, several of our employees, team members had to end up working remotely. And that means, there's a need for digital tools. While code is not permanent, it's going to go away pretty soon and everybody is going to get to the new normal. But what's not going to go away is the acceleration for the digital tools and what needs to happen in that arena. So that's one aspect of what we're looking forward to between Lineage and Turvo partnership is really that digitization of our customer experience and the self-serve and able to make a differentiation through our supply chain technology so that our customers and their customers have information at their fingertips, right? That's super important, and that's what we're looking forward towards in this partnership. Ketan?
Yeah, no, very well said. I'll add a couple of vignettes to what Sudarshan mentioned. First, it is an incredibly strategic relationship for us. And more importantly, I'm the chief product officer, but I love to say that all my best ideas are not mine, they are my customers. And I want to really give a hat tip to Sudarshan and the Lineage team for being design partners with us. I feel a key element of our partnership is, yes, of course, we are going to go transform the customer experience, and I'll come to that in a minute, but is for our customers to have a seat at the table and drive the strategy with us. So that's really important to me personally, and that's how we engage with all our customers, we build products with them rather than just throw it at them. And that's key for us. As we'll go into what else are we going to try and achieve into this 2021, Sudarshan mentioned very clearly acceleration of the digitization of the customer experience. I think so that should be priority number one for any CIO, any CEO, any board member. If you're not transforming your customer experience, what are you doing? But number two, what we are also focused on is bringing about a better way to work. Key elements of Turvo are, Turvo is a product that unifies your supply chain, the people, the processes, the product, the underlying data, the systems in a common digital layer, and then gives you a collaboration platform, which we simply refer to as a better way to work, which allows you to seamlessly transact these digital workflows. What Sudarshan mentioned, appointment scheduling is one workflow. Order inventory visibility is another workflow. Exception management is another workflow. And we're going to keep adding these more as we go into 2021. So I'm really excited that we're going to take this partnership and roll it out. Sudarshan mentioned 60 warehouses in 2020. We are going to more than double that in 2021. Order inventory for shipment, the Lineage Link capabilities of visibility getting rolled out to a lot of customers, more than 100 this year. So we're very excited. It's a lot of work. I want to be clear. It's a lot of work. But it is, as we say when we meet together, this is what transforms industries, and we hope to show it that way.
Yeah, Keithan, while in this webinar, is publicly trying to kind of manage my expectations. I have a loftier goal for 2020 and then doubling our footprint. We're actually targeting 200 facilities to be done by 2021 with a bit of luck, but nice try.
Yeah, I did try, actually. Yes, whatever I said, guys, if you're listening, whatever I said, double it. That is the real goal.
Awesome. And you guys have both talked a bit about the importance of transformation, both digitally and technologically, but also with respect to the customer experience. So with that in mind, where does this fit within Lineage's own transformation journey?
Look, I mean, that's a great question, Marianne. And if you look at our mission, and Lineage's mission is kind of one of those serial missions, right? I mean, when we talk about kind of changing, I mean, we're responsible for the food supply chain. We take that responsibility very seriously, but also our organization is about dynamic growth and innovation through dynamic growth. So we're very committed to that. And Lineage Link is, you know, the Turvo build platform is pivotal and part of our strategic vision, not just to increase efficiency, but also conserve resources. And I kind of opened my comment by talking about how we're going to transform the food supply chain by eliminating waste and help feed the world. You can't do that if you don't drive transparency into the supply chain. You know, whether it's my warehouse or it's one of our partners or if it's a competitor's, we got to drive more transparency into the food supply chain. And then really what we're kind of hoping with the Link platform, the Turvo built for us is really to drive that, you know, to be able to conserve the resources, but also increase efficiency in the process across the cold chain and enabling, you know, proactive, informed decision making, right? Something simple example would be, you know, product expiry, right? It would be really nice if we can, you know, proactively notify our customers that product is actually expiring in the warehouse and they need to figure out, you know, what they're going to do instead of it going to waste. And then we have to kind of deal with that, right? Or shipment delays, right? You know, trucks waiting for 4 hours if there's a delay in the supply chain, not being able to proactively notify. You know, these are small examples, but these things add up into millions of route miles. And kind of driving efficiencies in the supply chains, right? I mean, there's always dollars and cents, but there's also the aspect of the green story of what we are actually doing for the environment and how we're actually making a difference by eliminating waste. You know, I mean, food costs tremendous amount of energy to produce, and we really don't want to be wasting food, right? And whatever we can do to drive waste is what that goal is, and you know, Link is critical to delivering that vision.
I love what you said about proactive actionability. I think so. It's not about just seeing things, but proactive actionability. That's really a good point.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned a bit about the Lineage Link platform. Can we take a step back, I guess, and can you talk a little bit about what exactly it is?
Sure. Keithan, you want to go first?
Sure. This is a good test. To me, Lineage Link is a digital hub for all interactions Lineage has with its entire ecosystem, customers, service providers, and everything in between. And the way I see Lineage Link is, you know, 3 elements to it. One is visibility. Second is collaboration amplifying the velocity of doing business. And the third is smarter execution driving efficiencies in the business. And what we are trying to do is provide the technology services and components to deliver those 3 pillars. Sudarshan, am I on the right track?
Yeah, you actually nailed it, right? It's interesting conversation, right? I mean, I get annoyed whenever people talk about this as being a portal. Oh, you guys are building a portal, right? Like, no, we're not building a portal, right? No. It's just not just about you know, information where you go to portal is a curated definition of portal is a curation of information where you go to get access to it and where you can act on it, right? But our link is really a unified platform that provides unprecedented visibility for our customers, in transforming supply chain interactions, right? That's the most important thing. It's a collaborative logistics platform too, right? It's not just about who are just our customers, but it's also about our customers' customers, right? It's about providing a collaborative environment where any of the supply chain participants can actually come together to make decisions to make that transaction seamless, right? That's what the goal is. And Lineage Link really enables our customers to easily view inventory, track orders, get shipment visibility. And we're actually eventually going to enable everything from an inventory standpoint, right? So it's not just stuff that is in the warehouse, but as the order is being picked, you'll get a real life view of where we are and the progress that we are actually making. We're going to drive that level of transparency through the supply chain so people have a very good understanding what's really going on. At the end of the day, we're like a bank. A lot of people may deposit money in our bank. Inventory is money. That's what they're doing. That doesn't mean that is ours, right? We just have the care, custody of control of the product. And what we really want to do is we want to make sure that our customers have unprecedented visibility through that life cycle of the supply chain, so that they can make the decisions that they need to make that best suits their business. And that's what Link is actually going to do for us. But also, execution is super important, right? I mean, Ketan talked about inventory and order visibility, but also to be able to act on orders, to be able to put product on QA hold, right? Something happens and there's a recall and our customers need to be able to put product on hold, to be able to do that, and know what product is actually on hold, so that we don't accidentally ship products, that are on hold. Also inventory from an order management standpoint, the ability to be able to seamlessly change orders on the fly and create orders on the fly. And have visibility in terms of where the orders are and, in which life cycle they are is also really important. That's really kind of the essence of what Lineage Link is. It's a customer experience platform which is going to reimagine their supply chain and provide end-to-end visibility, collaboration, and execution on a single platform that our customers can actually interact and act, and bring supply chain participants, right? It's not just my direct customers, but also my customers' carriers and their customers as well. So it's every supply chain participant in the link, bringing them together and making that a seamless, unified experience. That's the panacea, right? That's the goal. That's what we're after.
Yeah. Great. Go ahead.
No, I said this well said. The collaboration point couldn't be stressed more. Sorry to continue this, but it's a very important point, Sudarshan, man. And I want to just put it on a pedestal. Just think about it. Step back and think. More than 60-70% of the actual people who are involved in your supply chain activities are not within the four walls of your company. They're outside the four walls of your company. And they're all working on their own little systems and silos and stacks, and you all are just sending data to each other all day long or emailing, and you need to work on a single source of truth. You need to have a common platform where you can engage on the order-to-cash workflow. And that's what we mean by collaboration. I just wanted to open that a little bit up.
Yeah, that's great. And it's really incredible what you all are doing and truly transformative for the industry. What do you feel that this partnership and the rollout of Lineage Link means to Lineage's customers?
Yeah, no, great question, Marianne. Look, I mean, this partnership is entirely focused on improving the customer experience, right? That's the number one goal. If that doesn't happen, then, we wouldn't spend all of these resources and effort, going through what we actually went through. Look, I mean, a lot of the digital transformation sometimes is very cliche, right? And we talk about digital transformation in the abstract, but this project is really a very good example of the value that is actually going to create for our customers, right? So as I said, it's definitely about improving the customer experience. It also gives our customers a unprecedented level of insight and control over their inventory in our network, right? You think about how global Lineage is. We're 340 facilities across 15 countries. How do I make sure that my operators in North America or Asia provide the same experience for my customers immaterial of where they sit in the globe, right? And that's what this is really about, is how do they manage their inventory. And also, I kind of alluded to the fact that inventory equals cash, right? It's like cash in a bank, and we need to take good care of our customers' inventory. So providing visibility and insight into what's happening to their kind of one of their biggest cost items in their P&Ls, and how to drive that value proposition is very important, and that's why this platform is going to drive such a differentiated experience for our customers. Finally, it's just not just about just visibility across location and orders and inventories, but also kind of unifying that experience and providing it in a, again, talked about cliches, like an Apple simple interface, right? And how you would use your commercial grade tools, right? That's one of the things about enterprise software is, they're never really built, like in a simple user-friendly format. They're really complicated. What Turvo has really done for us is really kind of simplified that user interface and that experience, right? If you're an order or a shipment and you want to interact, you can directly collaborate with the participants, just like you would do with WhatsApp, right? Because there's an integrated messenger app in there. You want to prioritize a task because somebody needs to execute something. All you need to do is add a task, right? So these simple things make a big difference because it kind of lowers the ease of doing business. And it makes our life super simpler for our customers, and the experience is hopefully is better, right? And that's kind of what the goal is, and that's why we are working with Turvo on rolling out our Link platform.
The design part and the integrated experience are really critical. If you're giving a customer experience using the old-fashioned portals or whatever people do, it's like you're using a flip phone. Like who does that anymore? And I think so that integrated experience in a consumer grade user interface is just transformational. Your customers are going to love it.
Yeah. So kind of thinking about the old customer experience, what type of impact do you expect this to have on the customer experience moving forward?
Yeah, no, that has been a major focus. Hopefully what we're going for here is control. That's the word that I keep coming back to, right? We really want to put the supply chain back. We don't want to be a black box. We don't want, like I send an order, I don't know what's going on. I have to call 20 people to find out, what's going on with my order. Right? Where's my truck, right? So basically, we want to put the control back, and we're hoping that this will give an unprecedented level of control for our customers' digital workflows, right? And we talked about digital workflows at the beginning. How do we kind of simplify this for our customers and drive value for their everyday workflow interactions? That's one of the major things that we're kind of hoping to accomplish. And also, finally, I go back to the experience, the commercial experience of Uber, right? You're taking an Uber ride. You're going to a dinner and you need to let your host know where you are because, you're running late. You just go into your app, you do share, and then, boom, your host knows you're 15 minutes away and it is no longer a mystery, right? Why is that not available for my customer shipments? Why cannot my customers get the same level of visibility because, there's a product that is being shipped out of my warehouse, right? So it's not just about our customers. We're also kind of hoping that it'll be a better experience for our customers ultimately to know where these shipments are. So that's the beauty of this platform, is to enable all of the digital participants, not just Lineage customer, right? And that's why I keep going back to the idea of collaborative logistics, right? So it's the carriers, right? And also the customers they all have a unified platform where that experience is seamless and drives value for all of those supply chain participants.
Great. All right, nothing from Caton there.
No,
all right. What are some of the early results that you've seen? What are some of the early results that you've seen, and how do you expect that to impact Lineage going forward?
Yeah, look, I mean, two things, right? Lineage, we've been talking about multiple workflows. We've been heavily focused on our appointment and scheduling workflows. That has driven tremendous amount of adoption, right? Our carrier portals right now are seeing up to 70% of self-service with appointments and scheduling. There's efficiencies aside. It kind of democratizes, there's no mystery to appointment scheduling, right? It's just like your calendar, right? Kind of tells you what the free busy times are. You go in and you pick the time slot that suits you. And of course, there are rules, right? At the end of the day, it's not open to everybody to show up at any point in time. So all of the logistics rules, still the platform allows us to configure, for different types of loads, for different types of customers, if there are priority or blocks of time. So all of those rules you can configure. But what it really allows for carriers is just that level of self-service. With regard to kind of our customers, it's just like the differentiated experience, right? All our pilot customers, we're still kind of working to kind of dial in some of their digital workflows as well. But overall, what we're really hearing from our customers is, like order times or order visibility, they've seen tremendous improvement in kind of the interactions that they're having with our CSRs. Is better, they're all viewing the single pane of glass and information is actually shared. There's one version of truth. They don't have to have multiple follow-up calls. Within Lineage, I'll tell you, our time to appointments have cut down by 45 minutes, right? We used to be at 2 hours. I'm sorry, an hour and 45. Now we can make appointments in 15 minutes. No longer, that person sent me an email. Is there a further, top of email on the inbox? All of that has gone away. So there's tremendous efficiencies that is driven in our workflows. But more importantly, our customers are seeing us drive a tremendous amount of transparency, and it's just helping them to cut down waste, right? That's, again, going back to the theme of eliminating waste. That's the goal for why we're doing what we're doing.
And a big intangible addition to the tangibles Sudarshan mentioned is it increases the trust your customers have in you. And I think so the reason you want a better customer experience and digitization is, of course, for the efficiencies and the service improvements, but you are delivering a more trusted, transparent service to your customer. And I think so that is going to be a big factor to watch as we go into next year, is how this improves the trusted relationship you have with your customers.
Great. And kind of with all of these changes, where do you kind of see it going, and where do you see Lineage Link a year from now?
So there you go. Everywhere in the world.
Yeah, we can't go fast enough. Look, I mean, ideally, we would like our customers want to use Link as their unified control tower, right? It's not, again, just about our supply chain. It's really all about our supply chain that we manage, but we really want them to embrace the tool. Our goal is to get Link completely rolled out in North America by end of this year. It's just not just preparation on the Lineage side. We got to work with our customers to make sure that it's not their busy season, and there are some details to be worked out, but the product is ready, and we're ready to kind of get going. So there's a plan for us to roll Link out throughout our largest customers by the first half of the year, and then all of our customers before the end of the year, right? So that's kind of what our goal is. And as I said, our goal is to get to 200 sites through 2021. This hopefully allows our customers to take advantage of this unified platform to drive value for their supply chains, right? So that's where we see Link going. Just from a rollout perspective, but kind of switching topics, on a functionality perspective, we're hoping to add a lot more, right? We want full-on order management functionality so our customers can create orders, manage their orders online if they choose to, right? That doesn't mean that, they will lose the ability to do EDI with us or anything like that, right? This is just another layer of tool that is actually available. So we will continue to add functionality to the platform other than rollout, but just from an excitement standpoint of getting the tool, we will be in North America by end of the year.
All
and
right.
hopefully globally. Pretty soon after that.
Yep. Working on it, Sudarshan. This is your way of giving me more ideas.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for being here again and for sharing your perspectives. At this point, we would like to take some questions from those of you in the audience, and I see that several have come through, but if you've not had a chance to submit those, you can do so through the Q&A tab in your webinar console. If we are not able to get to your questions live today, we will also be happy to follow up with you via email, so don't let that stop you. Jumping into the first question, are you moving toward RFID or IoT within the warehouse and in the yard? And if so, what is your current asset tracking technology?
Sure, I can take that one. RFID, we've experimented with it. The infrastructure costs, both for us and our customers, are too high. That said, we are using RFID within our yard, right? So to track our assets within the yard, we have RFID for yard management systems. So to track where trailers are, we definitely have RFID. From an IoT perspective, it's too early for me to talk about it, but we are working with some next generation digital hardware manufacturers at the IoT level to replace kind of what we call PIDs, right? Pallet IDs with digitally trackable IoT devices. Right now, again, the unit costs are too high, even though the infrastructure costs are lower there. Just the per unit costs are really, really high. Those are, as hardwares get cheaper and, technology gets improved, we believe that, that's probably about 12 to 18 months away. And hopefully we'll be able to track individual pallets within our warehouse pretty successfully. But pallet tracking for RFID in our environment, in the dry side, it's a different. But a lot of our warehouses most of our warehouses are frozen warehouses, high water content. So RFID is not that great and effective in our environment. So that's kind of what the short answer there is.
Got it. And next question, how many new customers will be rolled out in 2021? And how will we know if we've been selected as one of the customers in 2021's rollout?
Looks like this is one of the customers.
No, this is a great question, right? So basically, right now our product teams are working really hard on actually coming up. In conjunction, most of our customers we normally would have reached out if you guys are in a batting order. If not, we will be doing so in the next upcoming weeks. So typically, you will have a lead time to know when one of the facilities is being converted to Lineage Link and when you will have access to the tools. As I said, most of our customers will be converted by end of this year, but we will publish a calendar in the next 6 to 8 weeks in terms of what that batting order looks like. Right now, just before we got on the webinar, Ketan and I were talking about that. We're kind of working with our pilot customers to work out the kinks and the deployment methodology just to make sure that everybody's on the same page so that when we hit the stride, we don't have to regress. We don't have to stop and pause because we've missed a bunch of stuff. Not to say that it will be perfect, but we really want it to be as close to perfect as possible. So we're working out the details on what should be done. So stay tuned shortly. We'll actually publish a schedule in terms of which customers are going when.
All right, excellent. And next question, is there an appointment scheduling component within your unified platform?
Probably I can take a shot at that. We talked a lot about appointment scheduling, but I'll take this as an opportunity to just educate everybody a little bit on the Turvo architecture. And it's very important to understand that first and most importantly, we are a cloud-based platform. So when Sudarshan talks about rolling out and all that, it's not like we are deploying stuff and software and hardware and all that. It is more of the customer change management rollout. Turvo is 100% cloud, and that gives you what I say, acceleration to innovate, and that is really important. The heart of Turvo is this a network we have created where we index all your supply chain. It's like your Google for your supply chain, right? Global search is one of the most used features of Turvo. But then on top of that, what we have is a better way to work and collaborate and various digital workflows for collaboration. So appointment scheduling is, yes, part of the platform and one of those digital workflows. There's order management, order visibility, payments, analytics, driver payment, all those kinds of things which are serial to the collaboration workflow, exceptions, automated autopilot. So think of these as applications that are integrated on the Turvo platform, and you as the customer decide to use which one or two or three or all of them. But that was a long answer to a short question, which is appointment scheduling included? And the answer is yes.
All right, excellent. And there's another question in here that kind of talks about an AI, for example, providing you a date for a delivery, whether or not it works. There's less collaboration there. So would this system kind of work to make sure that appointments and what's needed for deliveries are within an accepted delivery window proactively, or would it just kind of propose a date?
No. So basically, think about our appointment scheduling as a Outlook calendar, right? So basically, we're publishing all of the slots that are available, and there are rules for who can take those slots and what slots are actually available, right? So normally, if you have a commitment, with our customers, that certain days, certain number of hours are available for them for their inbounds and outbounds, we'll make those available and then make sure that there's not competition for those slots, right? Because that's kind of, it's not a full free for all, right? So you don't have to sit there and worry about what's actually open. But what it really does is, like, for the public side of our carrier access is really, we're not suggesting what times you should book your slots, but really what are available, and if it's available to book, any of our customers or their carriers can go directly and make the appointments themselves. Hopefully that clarifies.
Yeah.
On the other side, on the RPA side, if they have RPA implementations or AI component, yeah, sure, they can hit Turvo's, Lineage Link's public API for appointment scheduling availability as well. So technically that's possible.
Right.
Excellent. All right, and next question for you. Does Link provide your customers or enable them to access some top warehouse key performance indicators?
Yes. So with Lineage Link, one of the things, and I'm going to say that this won't be on day one, we're kind of evolving into our balanced scorecard commitments for each of our customers relative to their key performance indicators and key metrics that they measure us by. And there is a balanced scorecard that will be available as part of Lineage Link as well.
All right, excellent. And I think we could all sort of see this question coming with any major change or implementation. Obviously, there are going to be some growing pains. What were some of the major challenges that you experienced during this implementation?
Yeah, many. But in all honesty, mostly the challenges are kind of lineage challenges. And what I mean by that is we grow through acquisitions. We buy multiple companies which are best in class in their own right. And one of the things we're committed to is if the platforms that they're on, the warehouse management systems ultimately which power data, we don't necessarily convert them to a unified platform because that's the strategy that we chose. Link actually operates on top of multiple platforms. So our customers doesn't have to be on a single WMS, but Link actually unifies across all of the WMS platforms. So, data acquisition is definitely a challenge. But we've kind of passed all of those hurdles. Right now, I would say, getting our customers trained on the tool, right? I'd like to say it's Apple simple, right? Anybody can get on the platform and use it, but there is some training aspect to it and component to it. Getting our customers to do the training and get them on the platform is always a significant hurdle that we need to cross. But our teams are working really hard to make that effective and make it easy for our customers to be on these platforms.
And on the technology front, that was a great answer. I mean, human change management is always the hardest part in all of these rollouts. And I'm just amazed at the speed at which the Lineage team is moving on all those fronts. On a technology front, one of the things that we have to always, and you can call it a challenge or not, is to us, one of the key things is high availability and enterprise-grade scale. We talked a lot about capabilities and features and all those things, and they are very important. But what is also really important is trusted service and high availability and reliability, whether it's 2 a.m. somewhere or Sunday, Monday, Thanksgiving, doesn't matter. That's why Turvo, we invest a lot in a highly available cloud native infrastructure. In fact, we publish our availability numbers. We are already at 4.5 nights, which is better than a lot of the other cloud providers out there. So we're very, and I think so I always list that because it's something you have to always focus on as you innovate. It's not just the features, but the underlying technology fabric needs to be highly available. Because your customers are banking on you. Their business runs on your product. And that's something we are laser focused on. And it's always a challenge. You have to stay ahead of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And next question for you. Does the Lineage Link platform have a trial version?
That's a great question. Caitlin?
Well, the short answer is the Turvo implementation for Lineage is called Lineage Link. So, if you're a Lineage customer, sure, you can go use that. And I hope you will give us good feedback. Turvo, yes, absolutely. We don't have a free trial on our website right now. We are still growing and getting there. You gave me a good incentive to go do that, but just drop us a note. We will set you up with a free trial. I can commit on this webinar. Anybody who wants a free trial will get one. Just reach out.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And next question, are you using an aggregate system or direct order management?
Aggregate system. I'm not very clear about the question, but I'll try to attempt to answer it. So for us, order management is really warehousing orders, right? So inventory that's already that we are holding. So don't think about us as like an e-commerce website where you can order any product. That's not what our business is. These are our customers ordering products for their customers out of our buildings. How the order management platform is working is today our customers either directly key in the orders or send us an EDI. Either one is fine. They can continue to do that. The order management platform, when we deploy it in Link, basically gives you an electronic version of being able to create that order or edit that order, right? So that's what the order management platform is supposed to do.
Agreed.
Excellent. And just a couple left here. Do any of your Seattle area facilities have this system in place?
Not today, but they will be before the year is out. They're definitely in our batting order. There are we're currently in the process of, I don't have the schedule in front of me, so I can't answer directly when that's going to be. But, eventually before the year is out, we will get to our Seattle facilities for sure.
All right, perfect. And then we'll take one more here. So is it your plan to have Turvo replace your current systems?
I don't know
Which
by replacing my current systems. The answer is the customer portions of our web systems, yes, but not our warehouse management systems, right?
Sure.
Not a WMS replacement. This is a customer experience platform. So if our customers have been using existing web portals to log in to get inventory information, order management information, absolutely, we will replace those systems with Lineage Link, but not the WMS, right? So I don't want to confuse because we have multiple systems. This is really a direct replacement for our customer portals.
exactly.
Excellent. All right, guys, it looks like that is all of the questions that we have. So thank you so much for taking the time to be here today to listen to our discussion. Thank you so much to Turvo for partnering with us on today's presentation. And of course, thank you so much to Ketan and Sudarshan for sharing your insights with us today. We appreciate you being here and hope you'll join us again for another webinar very soon.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sudarshan
Marianne.
and the Lineage team. We are
Likewise.
incredibly grateful for this partnership, and we appreciate every bit of feedback that comes our way. So if you're listening in, send us your thoughts. Tell us what we could do better.
Fantastic. Thank you, Ketan. Thanks, Marianne. Appreciate it.
Bye, everybody. Be
Bye.
safe.